When Fly reacts, doesn't even know the alphabet. Alright, fine, just be that cocky dude who doesn't guard the man at the 3-point line. Like, he doesn't guard Bol at the 3-point line, doesn't realize that he actually has a 91 3-pointer. I just want to see what the position average for a center's 3-pointer is. It's a 55. Like, bro. Taco's missing out. Like, he is a very good center. Because, look, 80, 70, like, has 90s. 55. This is the only one where it makes sense. Standing dunk, I mean, I'm surprised that center has an average of an 83 standing dunk and not like a 93, but like, Draw foul, ball handle, pass accuracy, pass vision. That's the closest to the position average that he has right now. Hands, he has mad hands. Post moves, yeah. Post hook, yeah. Post fade, yeah. Consistency, yes. Offensive and defensive rebound is only a 72 and 79 for centers. Perimeter defense, that's horrible, but he has it. Interior defense, of course. So again, pick and roll defense IQ, that's very close to position average. Help defense IQ, of course. Defensive consistency, pass perception. Steal is way above. Block is only a 73 average for. Actually, no. Not all centers are good at blocking, I should say. Shot contest. Hustle. Lateral quickness. Speed is only a 57. Speed with ball is only a 36. Acceleration. Vertical is an 88 for man. Strength is an 88. Stamina is a 95. Overall durability is the only thing that goes below position average, and it's only 2 below. Now let's go to Taco Fall, who has a very bad 3-point shot. But he has a good standing dunk, good driving dunk. His ball handle is horrible though. Good hands. Post hook, of course. Consistency. Pick and roll defense. See, there's a couple things that are just barely skimming the thing. Hustle, of course. Quickness. Speed. 71 speed. Speed with ball is pretty close to position average. Vertical is way below, or is actually a fair amount below. Stamina. Overall durability though, which is strength, 99. That is something I'm scared of, is a big boy with 99 strength. Going up against a big boy with 88. So pretty much he has 11 more strength points. Now what is Giannis's strength though? I need to check what Giannis' strength is, because I know the man is strong. Strength is a 78. What's Jordan's strength? 88. Makes sense. Their Jordan's strength has got to be going down a little bit, or maybe the same. It's 57. Oh god, that's embarrassing. And an 82. So I'm surprised that Giannis is not stronger. I thought you'd have like a 95, but I guess he isn't really. Giannis isn't really a guy who goes up and posts up. He's more of a I'm just gonna drive that shit and dunk it on whoever's in my way. Like, he's more of a I'm gonna drive, and then whoever is in my way is going to get absolutely destroyed. Like, if you were going to get your like career ended. If you don't want your career to end right this second, just stand there. But if you're okay with your career getting ended, then, or if you don't want your career getting ended, Then you might want to move. Like, that's real life, Giannis. In-game Giannis is like, hi, how are ya? He's just vibing. Like, he doesn't dunk or take charges very often. Like, when he does dunk, though, it's spicy. Alright, guys, so, decided this weekend I might not be streaming that much. I'm gonna go on a movie marathon. I think you just saw the back of one movie cases. Alright, guys, so with me right now is every single Star Wars movie ever made. Wait, I guess I didn't get that win. Okay, but every single Star Wars movie ever made. So in here I have the trilogy box, which by the way is 4, 5, and 6, because that's the original trilogy. However, in here I put the movies 1, 2, 3, because in the second half of the trilogy box I have 4, 5, 6, and then Rogue One, which falls right in between 3 and 4, so I'm actually going to put it right in front of 4. I don't know if it was right in front of 4. Oh wait, no. Because I'm going left to right, so I need to switch 4 and 6 around. I have very bad OCD when it comes to these things, so left to right, those are the ones that have The Force Awakens, of course, one of the better Star Wars movies in recent history of these series. And then I just got this in the mail a couple days ago, Rise of Skywalker, which is the only Blu-ray that I'm not going to enjoy because, you know. But I will be watching these all on my PS4, so there won't be streaming. I mean, if I can stream my reaction, I'd just stream, yo, Star Wars Rogue One, you know. I'm probably gonna watch these over a course of like 3 days. But I have all of them left to right. I am missing 2 movies, which are The Last Jedi and Solo. The Han Solo film. So I'm talking to my mom. I'll talk to her after this game about it because my mom wants, just like me, to have every single Star Wars movie ever created or ever like released, because realistically, guys, you might not know this, but in the filming of the Star Wars movie, it cost them so much time to make, because like they probably make an additional 2 to 3 movies that they've never released. Like, you know, I guarantee that these Star Wars people have probably made 2 to 3 unreleased movies that are not to be released. Rather, it was just because it couldn't get any, like, they usually have PG movies, maybe it couldn't get the PG rating, or maybe it was just because it was stupid, like, you know, there wasn't enough to it that could make it a movie. But I have a minor prediction, is because most of the movies have small little, like, in between the movies, like, they have a very decent time, which, yes, Star Wars series is a very good series at kind of keeping up with that. By the opening credits, they usually tell you, like, this is what's going on, this is the plot of the movie. Like, they'll usually end up telling you that, which is one of my favorite parts about every Star Wars movie. And yeah, if you don't already know, Star Wars is my favorite movie franchise in history. I've seen many movie series. I've seen the grown-up series, which is absolutely hilarious, but Star Wars is the most enjoyable to watch because of the background. Like, you know, the first one kind of gives you a plot to the whole series. Now, the fourth one, A New Hope, is funny because that was the first one ever released, but it wasn't the first one chronologically, because they want, and this is the thing about Star Wars, they were smart to make people interested in their series. Instead of doing it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so then they couldn't generate interest, like, so then if they released number 1 right off the bat, then it probably wouldn't generate that much interest. So whereas real life, the movie is released 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Chronologically, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when they released the first ever Star Wars, A New Hope, they actually released it showing that, like, you know, that was number 4. Some people were like, hey, what happens in 1, 2, and 3? You know, they want to know about the story of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Because, of course, that would have been very sad had it gone in, because it's Manute Bol. Yeah. Jordan contesting Manute Bol, like, that's ever gonna happen. There's a good foot and an inch difference. Like, Manute Bol 7'7", Jordan 6'6". Like, there's a good 13-inch difference. But, you know, the reason why I like it is because if they released it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, fans would probably watch the first one and be like, oh, okay, number 1 is like, you know, because number 1 isn't one of the better ones. Number 4 is one of the best ones, though. It's one of the best movies of all time. Not one of the highest grossing films, because Avatar and Endgame have it, but, like, you know, well, Endgame was one of the best movies of all time, like, don't get me wrong. The Avengers series, alright, so this is my personal list of my top 5, or of my favorite movie franchises. Star Wars is number 1, and the Avengers is a close second, since the Avengers has such a big background with Thanos and all that, and, like, how it's like, it's such an interesting series. Like, it's such a big series, too. Like, honestly, I feel like if you get an AM1, however you score the basket, it should just give them only 12 seconds on their shot clock. You know, instead of it giving them the full 24 seconds and nothing really happening. But no, like, Star Wars, number 4 is one of the all-time greatest movies in the franchise. The Disney ones kind of took a turn. Like, you know, you do still have some of the main cast, but let's go over it. So number 1, or number 4 in this case, had such a great movie line, and you wanted to see both what happened next and what led up to that movie. But the best part that they did was they made it so there's enough setup that you don't need to, you can just skip right into the 4th movie and it doesn't matter. Like, you still see enough to know the general premises of the movie, because you still have a young, like, child learning how to be a Jedi. You have Luke Skywalker. So, you know, in the 4th movie, you kind of have, boom, this is your main character, this is what's happening, and you know that right away. You don't even need to watch A Phantom Menace. I mean, yes. Like, and this is the thing, all the fans want to know what happened both before and after. A New Hope set up a huge plot point that, you know, oh, so Obi-Wan Kenobi, this guy who everybody kind of had an idea would be a major point in the, like, movies 1, 2, and or 3. So, you kind of knew that he had some sort of plot or some sort of part in the movie. So they pretty much had it like that. You had the first few movies, and that was how it went. And so you had, you had those, but fans want to know, again, what happened before and after A New Hope. So they released The Empire Strikes Back, which is, of course, the 5th movie, chronologically, but it was the 2nd movie ever released by the Star Wars series. And so people kind of got what happened after, and people were like, wait a minute, Darth Vader isn't Luke's father, because nobody knew. Wait, why am I not getting spins? I'm gonna play one game of my career, because I just won 2 straight games. Actually, I'm gonna do a My League. I'm going to make my team on My League. So, I'm gonna make a roster, okay? I'm gonna go into my team and pretty much get everybody's stuff written down, but I am going to just naturally upgrade them. I'm gonna make a roster though where I trade everybody. So I'm gonna get their stats and I'm gonna change all their tendencies naturally. I don't know if Manute is gonna be there, so I'll, just in case, go with Steven Adams. Alright, so we are going to start off with MB, and then we are just going to put down his better stats. So DL, AK driving layup, not do, DL. 80, no, we're just gonna put down his stats in order. So 80, 80, 94, 88, 90, 96, because that's his close shot. Mid-range, 80, 83, 85, 95, 80, and then of course we'll upgrade as we please because we need him to be. Alright, so this is his worst, so this would probably be the only thing to say upgraded. Alright, so 45, then his defense is of course 99. 99, 80, 55, 95. This is gonna take me a while, guys. Then we have 98 and 98. Of course, this is gonna be his rebounding. And then this is gonna be the one that, alright, 50, 34, and then we're gonna keep those as we please. So we're gonna keep all of these, and then his mental will upgrade as we please. So then we're gonna have Bobo. So BB, So, Bobo is a lot better than his dad, let me tell you that much. So, 89, 92, 92, 88, 90, 96, 94, 91, 90, 95, 85, 83, 85, 70. Then his defense is going to be a little bit better than his stats. 97, 78, 80, and 95. Then his rebounding are going to be 95, 95, and 80, and 79. Then we're going to have BS, aka Brian Scally. So, again, we're going to replace him. We're going to replace him with a power forward, small forward. We're going to replace him with Rui Hachimura, since I know that he isn't on here. Or no, this would be our wild card. So we're going to do wild card. So we can just pretty much make any player a 98. And then same with MB. So pretty much we will make a 7'7" center / power forward, and we'll make them a 97 if Manu Bull is not on here. And then we'll make a 6'9" or small forward power forward. Then we're gonna use all-time MJ. So pretty much he's going to be a 99 either way. And then everybody else is on a lineup. And we'll keep 15 or 13. I don't know about Chauncey Billups, so he'll be there. So MB. So this is going to have a good 3-pointer. And we will adjust, we'll just increase their tendencies as we please. And then we'll increase their badges as we please. So driving dunk, so, or sorry, layup, so 94, 45, 44, 40, 84, 90, 95, 96, 97, 40, 75, 92, 95, 95, and then 40, 91, 92, 65, 43, 54, 93, 93. Alright, so now we have CB. And then at the end of this, by the way, we're gonna put all their stats in what order they're in. So pretty much Then I know. But we're only going to do Chauncey Billups, and then we are going to just... Oh no, we're just going to do it for our bench players. We're going to just bring them up. We're just going to put their overall. And then we're just going to bring them up in everything, except for Giannis. We're just going to keep Giannis as he currently is. SI 97. Even though Serge is not that good anymore. MR, aka Mitchell Robinson, 95. ZW, aka Rookie of the Year, 95. MT, aka Matisse Thybulle, 95. And then Ben Simmons, 95. Then we are now going to order these things. So we already know what overall these guys are. So Malcolm Brogdon, Manute 97. So I'm gonna actually go up to Manute wild card 97. Then Brian Scalabrine 98. So now time to order the stats. So pretty much the way we're gonna do that is we're gonna go D away P fade P hook P moves. Hold on, let me these people who just add like 60 people to a group and then just like nobody wants to be in these groups. And then D foul C shot MR shot TP shot FT, which is pretty basic, S dunk, not A dunk, S dunk, and then D dunk, then B and P IQ P accuracy block steal, and then P D, and then I def, and then O reb, not rev, reb, D reb, and then speed and SWB, and then done. So I have a lot of things to do now. This will probably take me about an hour. And then I'm gonna play one season with this roster. So, create roster.
we're going to use official 2K Sports roster. So we are going to use, what team should we use? Well, under these circumstances, we are just going, no, cancel. We are just going to like, alright, I guess we're using the Raptors. So we are going to quick edit. So we are going to click on him, and we are going to trade with another team. Then we are going to go to a Warriors team, in which should have Manute Bol. Unless they never did have Manute. Like, I know they'll allow to be on a Wizards team. No, this is the 07 Wizards, 07 Warriors as well. Huh. Alright, so it should be, if not on the all-time Warriors, then on the all-time Wizards. And if on neither, well then, I don't use him. Press Fireplay. Alrighty, so we're just gonna veto this trade then. Yeah, so pretty much, Pascal, we are going to make you a wild card. So he is going to be increased to 7-7, and he is going to get into a 99 overall stat. Hello.